This is the Complete SMP guide, and I will be teaching you how to become an SMP Pro with every secret that Tier 1s and Tier 2s don't want you to know. We'll be starting with Playstyles, then shielding and disabling, then armor mending, then game sense, and then finally techniques. First up, we have Playstyles, and we'll be going over Passive. Passive is a playstyle that focuses on minimizing the amount of damage you take, and it can be done by sacrificing your shield and running away after it's broken. It saves your durability and drains the pearls and buffs of your opponents, and it's the best playstyle if your opponent has bad KB or high MS. Next up, we have Aggressive. Aggressive focuses on maximizing your damage output. This can be done by having good jump resets, good melee, and good healing. It drains their durability and gives you opportunities to drop your opponent. Play aggressive if you have bad KB, high MS, or good melee. Next up, we have Defensive. Defensive is a playstyle that minimizes damage while making room for dealing good damage. To do this, shield sacrifice and then pressure your opponent after that. This will result in a low damage taken and a high damage dealt to your opponent. This is the best playstyle if you're equal skill to your enemy. Finally, we have Balanced. Balanced is a playstyle where you play defensive until you can aggro them, which means waiting until they make a mistake. Pressure them when they overextend so you can kill them. This playstyle is safe until you pressure, so make sure you don't overextend. And this is the best overall playstyle and can beat everyone. Moving on, we have Shielding and Disabling, and we'll be covering shielding first. By default, shields have a 250 ms delay, plus your ping, so if you have 50 ms, it'll be a 300 ms delay. Right click with your shield to block their hit, and remember it's better for your shield to get hit than you to get hit. Only take it off to mend or use your totem. Moving on, we have shield baits. Bait your shield like this to make them go for a hit. For timings, you want to do it when it's best for you, so wait until you're in a bad spot to use it. That way, you can get the most of it. Now, we have shield sacrifices. Hold your shield up until they have to break it and then hit them away. Now we have Disabling, which is one of the hardest aspects of SMP. To disable a shield, you want to click it with your axe and then go back to your sword. Double click your mouse to do a stun, which will make them take vertical KB. Now we have the cooldown trick. Go from your sword to your axe and click as soon as you swap to your axe. This means you can disable a shield with no risk. As you can see here, I hit him starting from my sword and going to my axe, which makes it do the damage of a sword. Then, I do a crit to show it does the same damage as a sword. Now I do the exact same thing and it can disable his shield. This means there's no risk. Moving on, we have timings. You want to make your opponent shield, so put them in a position where they have to. When you think they are most likely to shield, go for a cooldown trick. Next, we have armor mending. Being your only mend in Marlow kit, you want to start at 140 durability and get all your pieces to 407. Take it off once that reaches that durability. You can see here that I start throwing my XP with all my armor on. This is so that it spreads evenly and is faster. Once it reaches 400 durability, I take it off. Here, I go into the second stack since this was recorded with Learn Kit. In Learn's Kit, this will be your first of 2 mends. You want to start as low as you can, which is about 40, otherwise you'll get pressure. In Learn Kit, you'll have a second mend. For this second mend, you want to start mending at 100 durability and estimate what you can get to. Usually, it'll be around 320. Here, you can see I start throwing my XP and seeing what I get my armor to. And once I realize that all my other pieces may not be able to keep up, I take that piece off to even out with my other armor pieces. At the end of this mend, I put the rest of my bottles on my lowest pieces to try and get it as even as possible. Moving on to my personal favorite, we have Game Sense next, and we'll be starting with Healing. Offhand your totem when you're below 4 hearts, that way you can gap and make sure you don't die. Moving on to Pearling, you don't want to waste your time aiming your pearl, and just flick and throw it as fast as possible. Jump before you pearl to make it go farther. Now we have Disengagement. Exit the trait before they are able to get pressure on you, that way you can win durability. Hold S and jump away, like in this recording. Up next, we have Saturation. Your saturation acts as your natural regen, and each cap gives you 5 saturation. Next is healing timings. Whenever there's distance, go for a gap. And if you are low, pearl before you eat the gaps. Moving on, we have pressure. You want to time your pressure whenever they are lower than you or in a bad spot, and if they are one tap. If they're up durability, play for pressure. To pearl chase, try and make your pearl land near their feet, and make sure you're not too low. Try and throw it based off where they're looking. To do this even better, eat a gap while your pearl is landing. It might be hit once when it lands, but it's definitely worth it. When both you and your opponent are low, you can offhand your totem to do totem sacrifice. Only do it if they're below 3 hearts. If your opponent is lower than you have the option to eat one gap and then continue aggroing. This is because it gives you the healing instead of boosting it. Now we have extra techniques that you can use anytime. Starting off, we have the no KB sword. For the no KB sword, it can be called useless, however it's proven otherwise because it prevents your opponent from running away, as shown in this clip. Here, when he wanted to back away, I swapped to my no KB sword, which allowed me to aggro him even harder, because he was not able to get away and disengage. Another important technique is aggro mending. Aggro mending is when you stay in your opponent's range while mending, so you can kill them when they have their armor off. In this clip, I stayed out of his range but close enough to pearl, and when he took his armor off, I took my chance. Next up, we have axe baiting. Axe baiting is when you jump around your opponent and strafe around them in order to deal very high damage with your axe alone. You can see this being done in the clip shown right now against wet paper. Moving on, we have by far the most advanced and technical technique, pearl drag. When your pearl lands on their screen, it's going to have a delay compared to what it would be on your screen. Here you can see him drag across the screen to that spot, and while he's dragging, he's already there, which means he can hit me, like he does here. Here's extra stuff that it didn't really fit in the main video, and it mostly includes examples. So we'll start with Playstyles expanded. We'll go from passive to aggressive to defensive and then balanced. Rarely, you may need to mend your shield at the end of the game. You want to do this only if your shield is below 60 durability and if you have spare XP, mend it to about 100. Improvement in Minecraft mainly comes from your mentality. Never look for excuses for losing. Rather, try and find a reason that you lost and look for a way to win. Thank you all for watching. I really hope this helps you improve at SMP, and feel free to leave any questions in the comments. Subscribe so I can buy my dog a cookie.